My name is Henry Liu, currently the CEO of BTSE. BTSE is a global exchange. We are also an infrastructure provider, building a lot of B2B applications. Personally started in crypto late 2015, early 2016. Prior to that, I grew up in Canada, actually the west coast of Canada, so I'm Canadian. Spent my entire life there. Parents immigrated there in the early 90s and traditionally was not looking to be in this industry at all. In fact, I started off as a competitive musician and then went into wanted to become a fighter jet pilot. So at a young age, I think around 16, 17, I got my pilot's license and wanted to go down that path and ended up in crypto years after. So in between, had to spend a bit of time in merchant banking, traveling around the world, raising capital and structuring businesses in the both finance and technology sector. I think it actually is very natural because we focused a lot on, again, finance and technology sectors when raising capital, taking companies public, etc. And at that time, we also focused a lot on telecommunications companies. And every business in that sector, it actually grew in very similar patterns as what was happening in the 2016, 2017 phase of crypto. But crypto just moves a lot faster, right? In that cycle, the 2016-17 cycle, I think there were not a lot of regulations and people were still trying to figure out what to do. So we could adopt and adapt a lot of the techniques that we use to create businesses and structure businesses in traditional finance and move it towards crypto and do it in a more professional manner. So it was, again, very natural. So I fell in love with this industry. I loved everything it had to offer. It was just far more innovative and fast-paced. I would say 1 week in crypto was definitely over a year in traditional finance. So BTSE has been around for 5 years plus. We started in 2018. And honestly, it is the culmination of a lot of talented people. The early founders in the companies, our partners, everybody all contributed something to the company from their own perspective. So many of our founders came from backgrounds where they built high-frequency trading systems, low-latency trading architecture, and that has helped us in the foundation of our company because we are an infrastructure company. And we're now at a stage, 2023 now, where we're in a growth stage and where we're looking to do more business development, growth, user adoption. So everybody kind of brings something different. It's not a single person, myself, any of our partners and founders alone. It's the whole team, it's the community, and it's primarily started off as an engineering company that now expanded into an entire crypto infrastructure business. That's correct. So I spent a lot of time in Hong Kong. I think it's a very fast-paced, innovative place for crypto. We don't spend much time at all, much in China, but we do see the effects it has on kind of the entire scope of what's happening in crypto. So we are actually licensed and registered over in Europe, in different parts of Europe, as a full spot and futures exchange. So we don't actually directly interact with China and renminbi or Chinese yuan, but we do support a lot of projects and innovators that are potentially Chinese by nationality who either live in China and most of the time they live outside of China. So with regards to Hong Kong, in light of the new regulations that are currently available, we do try to support companies that are applying for the license, and we've also made an announcement that we are intending to apply as well. It's always very difficult to predict market cycles if we're at the top or bottom. I think it's very unfortunate what has happened in the last few weeks and months, especially out of the US, right? With the difference in between what the CFTC, the SEC thinks and how that has affected our entire, I guess, crypto industry. Binance, as an example, have been dealt a very tough hand by the US, all the way up to the highest levels. And I think that it potentially scares a lot of retail users, but I wouldn't say the industry has shrunk or gotten smaller or is going backwards in any ways. I think that if we move towards more clarity, that this is helpful for everybody. And particularly with the case of Coinbase and Binance, we see that it's put a spotlight on Asia. So Asia's become a lot stronger when you look at, let's say, the exchange regulations in Hong Kong, when you look at what's happening across Southeast Asia, you look at tier 1 countries like Singapore. And this clarity, I think, helps us grow as an industry despite what's happening in the US. I think they cohabitate right now in our industry. I wouldn't say that DEXs are going to be the winner or the ones that benefit the most. I think both kind of go together, right? I mean, you see a lot of people with both a DEX and a SEX account, but you may not everybody who has a sex account has a DEX account, but everybody who has a DEX account likely has a sex account, right? So I think that it's not that decentralized exchanges will win. I think that both kind of go in tandem. Honestly, it's going to be that there are ups and downs in the cycles and the growth of the industry. So yeah, it's not just the centralized exchanges that will win. Well, we need to have it. We think the two products offer very different things. We are also working on a decentralized exchange ourselves. So. But I think that centralized exchanges and CeFi is here to stay. The reason being is most people are not onboarded into crypto, let alone Web3. And centralized exchanges act as the first gateway, right? So just as much as a centralized exchange by definition is not, but it really acts almost like a regional bank for many, many first-time users. And so I think that we as a centralized exchange or centralized exchange operators in the entire industry need to learn to adopt different DeFi tools, different integrations, and different products that extract the value of, let's say, transparency or freedom of control that users get with DeFi. But we still need the centralized exchange or the CeFi aspect of it to allow more and more people to get into our industry. And this is very critical. So not preparing for the end, but just the beginning of it. But I would predict that the goal of a DEX, the goal of a decentralized exchange is to be as close as possible to the performance of a centralized exchange. And there are innovations right now in the industry that allow decentralized exchanges to operate at a very high performance speed, very good execution, very good liquidity, but still not yet to the capabilities of a centralized exchange. So I think you're going to have to see an industry where these two, again, coexist and they focus on different types of assets. Potentially centralized exchanges allow for high frequency trading, allow for extremely liquid markets, and decentralized exchanges allow for different classes of assets that people have the freedom to choose to trade and swap and convert anytime they wish. So yeah, two very different offerings, I believe. I think Vietnam, I mean, we love this country. We're fascinated by it. We spent some time here. Our team has traveled here a few times in the last few months. Absolutely right, in love with this place. I think it's very rich in culture and everything that Vietnam has gone through from the mid-50s till now. Extremely rich history and what has grown from the industries, right? You guys are focused on agriculture, everything else, but what's really increased is the adoption of e-wallets, the adoption of cross-border remittance tools and rails. And we've seen that grow on a compound annual growth rate more than 5–10%. So I think we see a lot of people adopting digital assets in Vietnam and using that to power the different industries that kind of keep this country alive and prosper. So we love the country, we love the people, we want to be here more, and we hope to interact with the community more. I think that in the last few years, with you guys being in industry, everywhere we've been, especially in the ASEAN countries, you guys have had a presence, and being here today and seeing what you guys have built, it's amazing. So please keep it up. Let us know how we can support and help and do this together.
Because that's also the end of the interview, and thanks for joining with us.
Thank you guys. Thank you.